Hi everyone, this is a short presentation to introduce you to Criminology and Criminal Justice degree at Ulster University's Derry Londonderry campus. So here's our agenda for this short presentation. Firstly, we'll cover why you should study Criminology and Criminal Justice at Ulster and what we'll offer. Within all of this, we're going to cover the course structure, the subjects you'll be taking, and the issues you'll be learning about, how you're going to develop your skills, how you will be taught. And we'll also talk about how the university is going to support you in a range of different ways as you go through your degree and your time with us. And really importantly, we'll talk about what do you get out of it at the end. So we'll focus towards the end of this presentation about potential career pathways for criminology graduates and how we'll support you with that at Ulster University. So we've lots to cover in this short session. So let's get started. So firstly, why should you study Criminology and Criminal Justice at Ulster? And in particularly, why should you come and do the course at the Derry Londonderry campus? And there are kind of three main reasons that we've identified. And the first is the personalised teaching support that you will receive as a student on this course. This course at Derry has a small cohort, and we're very much focused on your development during your time with us at Ulster, as in an academic, in a professional, and in a personal context. All students have a studies advisor assigned to them, and I'll talk about that in a bit more detail a little bit later. But in a kind of a nutshell, basically it'll be a member of the lecturing team who's essentially your person, your advisor for the duration of your degree. We have small group teaching, opportunities to participate in mentoring, and for us really supporting you as you progress through the course during the time that you're with us is really important to us. And so pastoral support and supporting you in a holistic way as a person, as an individual, is really important to us. Also too is the caliber of the staff that we have on our criminology programs at both campuses. And each of us is engaged in impactful research in the criminology and criminal justice field. We publish in international journals, and we draw on this research that we're doing to use in our teaching, and there's also opportunities for you to be involved in research as well over the course of your degree. And also the support that you receive in terms of employability and skills, and helping to prepare you for your career, whatever your aspirations might be. We have a lot of opportunities built into the program to participate in work-based learning, to work on real-world problems as part of your assessments. We frequently have guest speakers come in to contribute as part of our modules. We may also be running some modules with partners, external partners based in the community. And this all gives you an opportunity as a student progressing through the program, thinking about life after graduation, to build your networks and to start working towards where you want to see your career advancing towards. So, criminology and criminal justice at Ulster then, in terms of what is criminology, this is a common question that we often discuss with people at open days. And really, criminology is about the study of crime, how crime is responded to, controlled, prevented, and also it's important in studying criminology that we recognise that crime and criminal behaviour and how crime is punished all relate to other issues within society. The criminal justice system is part of a broader societal structure that is very much interlinked with the other institutions of society. And we, in the time that you're with us on the course, we try to essentially take criminology apart and interrogate it. And the really interesting part of studying criminology is it's what we call a rendezvous discipline, in that criminology draws from a range of other disciplines in the social sciences. It draws on psychology, it draws on history, it draws on law, sociology, social policy, etc. And so your learning experience is really, really varied and very interesting. And these are the key questions that are listed on the slide, among many others. We don't have space for all of them. That we're going to focus on exploring over the course of the 3 years of your degree. So the first big question for us is, what is a crime? And really importantly, how has the definition of crime changed over time, and why is crime a dynamic concept, and what makes things become criminal that were not previously criminal behavior, and vice versa. We also talk about and ask why certain people break the law, what are the motivations for doing so, and a really important question for us in criminology is, why do some people who have a history of offending stop? And we cover that when we look at a sub-area of criminology known as desistance from further offending. We also ask, how does our criminal justice system work? Who are the people who work in it? Police, prison officers, probation workers, sentencers, etc. And a really important question for us to interrogate as criminologists is the criminal justice system operating fairly? Is it treating everyone fairly? We also talk about, in a current and a historical context, about why some people abuse others. And we also focus on victims' experiences as well. Sometimes there is a sense that criminology maybe focuses, or a belief that criminology focuses on trying to explain why people offend. But a really important area of study within criminology is looking at the experiences and viewpoints of victims as well. We also talk about and think about relationships between different groups who may be in some way related to the criminal justice system. So, for example, the question that we have, second last question on the slide here, is how can we improve relationships between young people and the police? And we also as well think about crime in a global context. So we're looking beyond just Northern Ireland. And this is really important, particularly as new technologies around crime emerge. So in arenas like cybercrime. And it's also relevant to consider crime that crosses borders and has an international element to it, like human trafficking, drug trafficking, and lesser considered things that are also relevant to emerging areas of criminology, like green criminology. So, for example, the illegal trading of wildlife and endangered species. So criminology then is about unpacking and exploring these key questions, along with, as I said, with many others. And that's what we're going to focus on during your 3 years with us. So how will you be taught then? The course structure overall is 18 modules over 3 years. You'll take 6 modules per year, and that breaks down into 3 modules per semester. Each semester is 12 weeks long, and you will have, on average, a weekly contact time of about 9 hours. So that means contact time refers to time that you are sitting in class. But that's not the only time during the week that you are going to be working towards the completion of your degree. That time does not count for the additional time that is a much bigger bit of time, where you'll be engaging in your weekly readings for your seminars and lectures. You'll be doing research for your coursework and preparing your assessments. You'll be taking part in studies advice with your advisor, and doing reading around the topics that we're covering in each module week on week. And we start in first year with a broad focus on the discipline of criminology as a whole. And then we start to narrow our focus down onto particular areas or sub-disciplines within criminology. And as you get into third year, then you have the opportunity to explore specific areas of interest. And our course overall is a mix of theory and applied skills and knowledge, and that's going to help to prepare you for your future career, which I'll talk about in a little bit. In terms of our assessments, we have a mix of types of assessments, a mix of coursework, exams, but it tends to be more balanced towards coursework. And so a variety of assessments within that, like research essays, presentations, policy briefs, group projects, portfolios, etc. So let's also talk about where you're going to be studying, where this the course is based. This course is delivered at the Derry Londonderry campus in Derry. And it's a great campus with a real community feel to it, and it's right on the doorstep of Derry City. And Derry City itself is such a fun, vibrant place with a real buzz about it. And there's plenty of nightlife. It's a very varied nightlife community, and a really jam-packed program of festivals in the city as well, and other cultural activities. Derry is, I suppose, best known for its Halloween festival each year, which is a really great experience for our students, but also the many other festivals that are held as well. So, for example, recently we had the Jazz Festival in Derry, which takes place over the Bank Holiday Monday or Bank Holiday weekend in May. And the Derry area is also consistently one of the most affordable cities to live in across the entirety of the UK. Each year it's always at the top or near the top on the list for affordability, which is also something to potentially consider in a practical context. And you're also in a great location here. You're right at the point where the Wild Atlantic Way and the Causeway Coastal Route meet, and you're at the doorstep of the beautiful Inishowen Peninsula, which has some really, truly fantastic, beautiful beaches as well. So truly a great location to spend your time studying your degree. So how will we support you then? We offer a range of support to our students during our degrees. Really importantly, as I mentioned earlier, is your studies advisor. You will have an advisor assigned to you at the beginning of the program, and they will be your advisor for the duration of your degree, and you will meet with them each semester, multiple times a semester, to talk about your progress on the degree, your assessment feedback, your career planning, your development in terms of professional development and personal development as well. Each year has a year tutor, which is one of the academic team who's in charge of the management of that year. When you get into final year and you're doing your dissertation, you will have a supervisor, which is again one of the members of the lecturing team, assigned to supervising your research project, which you'll undertake that year, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And this is also a really important relationship as well. You'll have this year-long relationship working with your supervisor, and what we have found is in our experiences as supervisors and also from students' experiences, that this is a really great opportunity to build a really good, meaningful, supportive relationship that is also similar to the studies advice relationship, has a mentoring element to it as well. We are really big on consulting and getting feedback from our students. Each year in the course, we'll have a number of course representatives who will gather feedback on the modules, the course, etc., the experience from students in their year, and they will meet with staff to deliver that feedback and to talk and to consider recommendations on the future direction of the course. The library at Magee or at the Derry Londonderry campus is really great and up-to-date library. It has some really great as well. The Ulster University Library as a whole has some really great online resources. Many of the key textbooks that we use in the course are available in ebook format. And so there's some really great resources there. As I said, our classes in the Derry Londonderry campus criminology course are small. And so that's a nice opportunity to get to know people. We have career sessions built into your degree. And so as part of our modules, we have some sessions where we'll have contributions from staff in the careers support area of the university, and also visits from external speakers who may be talking about their own professional journey and career planning as well. And so we all in all have like a wide range of supports within the course. And we also have, as part of our wider criminology team at a university level, our criminology employability champion, who makes sure that you have opportunities across your modules to develop your skills for your career pathways and aspirations. And we also have, as I'll talk about in a moment, a module built in, a core module into the course structure to help support, in particular, your employability skills development. And we also have as well the services that we have available to students in terms of the career services, the well-being services, etc., are really top-notch. So what do we expect from you then? We firstly expect that you come to the course with an interest in criminology and the related kind of issues and topics that we cover within our broad kind of study of crime, criminal justice and punishment. As I mentioned when I was talking about the amount of time you spend in class, in addition then to also the time that you will spend doing independent learning, we expect you to engage in learning outside of the class time. So doing weekly readings for your teaching sessions, working on your assessments, studying, etc. And also you'll benefit from being taught by a diverse team with different teaching styles and different research areas. So, you know, no two classes are ever the same. And really, you know, the end of being told what to learn, you are able to, as you go on in your criminology journey, you may start to identify areas of interest, particular interest within the broad kind of church of criminology. And you'll also have the opportunity in final year to work on a research project on a topic or an area of interest to you. So if you were, for example, really interested in youth justice, in final year, you could do a research project on something related to that, or to policing, or to whatever it might be that you are interested in. So I'm going to just talk through our course structure in a little bit more detail. In first year, we have 6 core modules, 3 per semester, and we focus on giving you a strong foundation in criminology. These are the building blocks that you need in your journey to becoming a criminologist, and as you will start to focus then in on particular areas of interest as we go into second and third year. So we focus on giving you a really broad introduction to the entire field of criminology in semester 1. And then in semester 2, we go a little bit deeper to think about how the criminal justice system works in our crime and criminal justice system, or crime and criminal justice module, and also what are some of the theoretical explanations for crime, which we cover in theories of crime and criminalization. And as we'll learn, there's a lot of different competing theories that try to unpack why people commit crime, how we can understand punishment, etc. And our learning here in first year is also important in terms of you as burgeoning criminologists learning as well about the history of the discipline and the key kind of developments that have happened over time in this area of study. Year 2 then, we focus in on specific areas of interest. We focus on policing, we focus on youth justice, and also on crime at the level of the state. We also have then modules that in semester 2 to develop your research skills, and also that develop your employability skills in applied criminology and professional practice. And you'll continue learning about key theoretical areas in criminology during this year as well. But as I said, we're getting more specific and focusing on particular areas and really kind of going more in depth. In third year then, there's more scope again to focus on your interests. You have 2 compulsory modules per semester. This includes your dissertation. This will be due towards the end of semester 2, but you'll start working on it in semester 1. And this is currently an 8,000 to 10,000 word research project that you will choose, as I said earlier, the topic. And again, many students will focus on an area that interests them, or potentially that also links to their career aspirations. And you'll have a number of optional modules to choose from for 1 optional module per semester. So you can see there's a range of choice here, but also as well, you continue your journey towards becoming a criminologist, or your development as a criminologist in terms of leading on a research project in an area that interests you. We also place a really strong emphasis on research-led teaching on our course. And what this means is that our teaching is informed by the really high quality research that our staff across the criminology teaching team at Ulster undertake. All teaching staff are active researchers, meaning that in addition to our teaching duties, we're also engaged in world-leading, really exciting research, which we publish in journal articles and books and book chapters. We talk to the media about our research work, etc. And each staff member on the team has one or more areas of research expertise that they specialise in within criminology. And some of these are listed on the slide, but this is not an exhaustive list, and there's many more. And we all teach modules that relate to our areas of expertise, and we draw on our research experience and expertise in our teaching. As I said, many of these specialisms are listed on the slide, but we're also always exploring new areas and keeping up with developments within criminology. Criminology is an evolving field of study, and there are at the moment many really exciting developments happening at both a national and international level. And the teaching team, the lecturing staff at Ulster are very much involved in following this and engaging in research in these areas. So what kind of criminology degree give you in terms of thinking about preparing for life after graduation and your career? A degree, and you get practical skills and knowledge and experience that is really applicable to the criminal justice and the social justice sector. And there's a wide range of career options for criminology and criminal justice graduates in the fields of research and policy, in the voluntary sector, in addition to areas of criminal justice practice. And a criminology degree gives you lots of skills that a range of employers increasingly want from the people that they're seeking to hire, including analytical skills, which you develop as part of the research training that we give you as part of your degree, an ability to apply theory to reality. And we build that in terms of, I mentioned earlier that we have a number of assessments that are linked to real world problems, where you get to work on the types of activities that you would be doing in the professional world, like working on policy briefs, for example. Communication skills are assessments, develop your skills in written communication, oral communication, and also in terms of thinking innovatively about how you can articulate and express ideas. Teamwork and collaborative skills, we develop these not just through group project assessments, but in an everyday way, in terms of in our seminars on a week-on-week basis. Project management skills, as I said, in third year you were managing your research project, your dissertation. And our graduates have gone on to a wide range of careers, both inside and outside criminal justice, because of their skills and the wide range of skills that they possess as graduates. So I've listed a few of these here, and you can see that there's a variety of careers both inside and outside the criminal justice system. Firstly, those that you may expect, in terms of going on to actually work as practitioners in criminal justice, working in police, working in prison, working in probation sector. We also then have graduates who've gone on to work in the voluntary sector, work in non-governmental organizations or charities, and a number of our graduates have worked in research roles across a range of different sectors, and also in risk management, both inside and outside the criminal justice system. And risk is really big business, both inside criminology and in a broader sense as well. A lot of industries do some sort of risk management or measurement and assessment, and our graduates have gone on to a wide range of careers that have roles that relate to assessing, managing, measuring risk outside the criminal justice system as well. There are also potential careers in anything related to problems in society. So antisocial behaviour, community safety. A criminology degree is really, really helpful in getting you into organisations that try to tackle social problems more broadly. And indeed, of course, there's potential to go on to postgraduate study. We have a master's course that in criminology that we deliver at Ulster, and also a number of our graduates have continued on to do PhDs with us as well. There is also potential to do the social work conversion course too, and also potential to gain work in the civil service also. So on this slide here, we just have the knowledge and the skills and the attributes that graduates from our programme will gain. And you can see that this is quite broad, and many different types of skills and attributes and competencies are listed here. And to expand on the slide that I showed with the list of careers, this just gives you an idea in terms of who the employers are in the criminal justice sector and what the potential professions might be. But as I said, not all of our graduates go on to work in criminal justice for a range of different reasons. And as I talked about the potential in terms of criminology's crossover with many other sectors in terms of the rise of risk. One area where our graduates have landed is in financial sectors. And you can see there's a range of employers and also a range of different types of professions. Data scientist, risk advisor, cybersecurity is another area where criminology really crosses into business and commerce type sectors. And also, as well, as I mentioned, potential to work in the voluntary charity NGO sector and in the public sector as well. So the scope in terms of where you would go after graduation with this degree is incredibly broad. The boilerplate that we always have to mention is that in terms of what I've just talked about in terms of the structure of the course, the modules, etc., they are subject to change. Information on the entry requirements for this course and all other courses at Ulster University are available by looking at the relevant course page on the Ulster University website. Here is just a broad overview of the course, and you'll be able to see this in our prospectuses. If you need any further information, the Ulster website and address is there, and the UCAS website, of course, as well. And thank you.